In 5, 5, 5, 5, 4, 4, 4, 3, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, yo? Welcome to a little thing that we call Cipher 360. I am your host, Marcus the Kidd Warren, and with me is my man Muff. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great, man. Back at you. It's been a few weeks, ain't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, a couple.
Yeah, a couple weeks anyway. You know, back at it. You know, a lot of dope rap. You know what, guys? I keep saying this because I have, like, what's the girl's name in 8 Mile? What's her name? Brittany
Murphy.
Brittany Murphy. God rest her soul.
Mm-hmm.
But she had the whole line of movie wasn't the dope. Wasn't the incredible scene with Eminem at the end killing everybody. It was the fact that Brittany Murphy came to Eminem and said, "So you're a dope rapper."
Yeah, you're a dope rapper.
Like the freaking, you don't say it like that, but she said it. So God rest her soul. But you know, in heaven, I'm sure she said, "Hey, listen, you a dope rapper." That's what Brittany's saying in heaven now, because she didn't got herself together. Cause,
got a little swag, you know, with Pac and Big.
I just was gonna say that. Pac would say, "Hey, let me holler at you." You know, Big.
Yo, let me talk to you real quick right here, son.
Biggie simple. No. Anyway, hey, listen.
Biggie Smalls is the illest.
Back at you, man.
Yes,
we're glad to be back. Back at you with really a pretty good review, I think, of a really cool album by a group called DURAG Dynasty.
DURAG Dynasty.
Includes my man, Planet Asia, which is a Cipher Crew favorite. We love Planet Asia over here. And also a producer, one of the Cipher Crew's favorite producers, Alchemist.
Alchemist.
I was telling Kidd today, I don't know what's going on with Alchemist lately, but I was never a huge fan of his production back in the day. Not that I thought he was horrible or bad. I never really, like, again, I said this before in previous shows, you know, a couple years ago, that when I listened to like old Mobb Deep albums, and when they went more to Alchemist beats as opposed to the Havoc beats that they would have after they made the Infamous and all of that stuff, I would say to myself, Dad, why they got this dude Alchemist making those beats? Because Havoc is a much better producer, and he was back then. But I mean, lately Alchemist has absolutely been killing the game with his production. You know, and if you want any evidence in that, check the album with Action Bronson. Check out the Gangrene album, which is another Cipher Crew favorite. Alchemist has absolutely been killing it, and the new album, Durag Dynasty, no different. I mean, this dude, in fact, a lot of the production on Durag Dynasty kind of reminds me of some of that Gangrene-esque type of beats. You know what I mean? One of the things that I love about Planet Asia, one of the MCs on the album, is the fact that when Planet Asia begins to rap, I love when he starts it off, just because the way no matter what type of beat you give Planet Asia, he takes control of that beat, and he makes the beat do what it does. I mean, it does it all throughout the album. I thought the album was incredible. Where are you at on this?
Well, I don't know if you remember when I first heard it. I thought it started off a little bit slow.
Yep.
You know?
Okay.
But this thing gains momentum as it goes on. This is what a collaboration of this magnitude is supposed to sound like.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you have producers, you have some of the top MCs in the game right now, all on the same record. Now, this is what it's supposed to sound like, people, on every track.
Yes,
and I'm sure there was no animosity there. I'm sure everything was cool, everything was great. But on every track, every MC sounded like he wanted to murder the other MC on that track. And so when you have a situation like this where, you're not carrying an album, but you have to drop maybe 16 to 24 bars or per song, you're gonna bring that heat, you're gonna bring that fire, because you don't want to be blown out the box. Okay. Absolutely. Now this one is no different than like you said. Alchemist is actually bringing it this time with very dope production. Anybody who doesn't think this album is dope, hit us up. We are at kiddandmuff44@gmail.com. Also, kiddandmuff44, that's KIDDANDMUFF 44 on Twitter. We're also Cipher Crew on Facebook. Hit us up on that. I will personally get your address, come to your house, and slap the living shit out of you, because this album is the bomb.
Yeah, Killer Ben. I wanted to make sure I had to write the other two MCs on the album. Durag Dynasty consists of Planet Asia, Killer Ben, and Tri-State. Okay. And basically, it plays a lot like a Strong Arm Steady album too. Okay. You know, because Feel the Agony's on it anyway. You know, you got Planet Asia, the dope production, the Strong Arm Steadies. Usually they'll have someone like Madlib, providing dope beats, and this time you have Alchemist with it. Yeah. MC wise, here's the thing too. Like, I'm always having these debates with guys, younger guys, younger guys than us, another generation of hip hoppers, about what constitutes dope hip hop. from what it is that they listen to today.
Okay.
And I always point to and say, look, there's a lot of young guys that we like. You know, we love Kendrick Lamar. You know, we love Sky Zoo. Those are younger dudes, newer MC. These aren't guys in the 90s all the time. You know what I'm saying? But what I did, and I did this today. I wanted one of my mans to hear one of the songs from the album from Durag Dynasty. What did I play for him? I played, and I need you guys to understand what I'm talking about here. Tetrahydrons on Mars. Tetrahydron. Now, I know a tetrahydron is something in geometry, like a shape or something. Correct me on that. I apologize in advance for murdering the name here. On Mars is the name of the song, and it features Chase Infinite from Self Scientific. The production, I had some Beats headphones. I had him listen to it on Beats just so he can understand what real MCing is or what real hip-hop is. And it's really hard for me to explain to other generations of hip-hoppers what I mean by dopeness and hip-hop. Because it's hard for them to understand. Sometimes I come across like I'm just hating. I gotta keep telling them it's not. I mean, it's a lot more to it, but sometimes it's really hard to put my finger on exactly what it is I'm trying to convey to younger hip-hoppers about what constitutes dope hip-hop, authentic hip-hop, as opposed to just lazy rapping and beats just because they sound big doesn't mean that it sounds dope beat-wise. Okay. So anyway, when it comes to this, this album also reminds me a little bit of Planet Asia's Black Belt Theater album, too, a little bit. The production, because it had some, you know, well, I liked it, you know, we both liked it a lot, you know, but again, this album, 360 Waves, and really the title track, 360 Waves. 360
Waves.
Nuts! You're nuts. Gonna beat changes in the middle of the song. Look, Alchemist, you know, Planet Asia, you know, Killer Mike. Man, listen. Not Killer Mike, Killer T. Dope album. If I'm gonna go ahead and rate this thing, which is incredible to me, I'm gonna give it a very strong, rock solid 4 out of 5. It's that dope to me.
You know, on this album, great all the way through. Very solid, very good. Production-wise, MC-wise, and really funny thing about the MCs on this one is like, you know, a lot of times when you have different MCs from different groups or this different solo album or different solo artist, the chemistry won't be there. There was a MOP type chemistry with these artists, especially on certain songs like Goon Call. Goon Call and Shooters, probably my favorite songs on this album. Great album. I agree with Muff. I'm going to give it a 4.5 as well. A solid 4.5.
And it's funny because Goon Call is the MC, I'm a thug. I am thug. I'm a thug. That's what his name is. I thought it was Lil Fame from MOP. You know what I'm saying? That's what it sounds like. At any rate, it doesn't matter. Because one of the things I loved about MOP, we talked about this beforehand, when those dudes, when they rhyme on a track, they have so much energy, it sounds like they're arguing. That's what I love about it. You know, take chains off, take brains off. You know what I mean? Get that. At any rate, love it, man. So, you know, Cipher Crew, we absolutely love this album. Pick the album up. You know, younger people who really want to understand what us older hip hoppers are talking about as far as dope hip hop, get this. Get this album right here, 360 Waves by Durag Dynasty, D-U-R-A-G Dynasty. Check it out. 4 out of 5 for me.
4 out of 5 for me too. Check it out. And check out the rest of our posts too. And hit that likey thing. I think it's right over here somewhere. Hit that likey thing. Now check it out and hit us up. Don't forget our Gmail account is kiddandmuff44. That's KIDDANDMUFF44 on Gmail. You can also hit us up on Twitter. We are kiddandmuff44. And don't forget, you can also hit us up on our Facebook page. We are the Cipher Crew. Alright, don't forget it. Check it out. Durag Dynasty, 360 Waves. Why? Because the Cipher said so, son.
My man Trey, and you don't stop. Johnny Boombats, and you don't stop. My man Muff, and you don't stop. My nigga Woo, and you don't stop. Little Brooklyn, and you don't stop. Grand Jury, and you don't stop. Jay White, and you don't stop. Cipher Music, and you don't stop. Check it. We rise from the grave with the eyes of a slave. We strive to survive, rocking the mic live. No surprise that we paid. We created a trade that became a craze. It wasn't vice versa. Gave birth to a verse and baptized it in cursive. If you thirst for the real, then travel no further. We murder the fraudulent motherfuckers and went out to get burgers. We hip hop carnivores, living by the order.